thriving podcast.
The speaking over each other will never fail. Like, we do it every time.
Energy's low, morale's low. I was joking. No, we shouldn't speak on existence. That's just where we're at right now.
Only entertain the highest possible outcome. I think we're just crashing because, like,
we've done a lot of activities.
We just had a whole photo shoot.
Yeah.
Like,
and impromptu at that. Like,
and they were beautiful.
Yeah. Impromptu at that. Like, nobody said anything. We were just, like, we just picked up the cameras.
Yeah.
I think it was also after all the snacks, too.
Yeah.
I ate a lot of snackies. Wait, what's our topic? Wait, let me think. Let me cook.
The fear of being seen.
The fear of being the fear of being seen, or the fear of being perceived, or alternatively the fear of not being enough.
I have a huge fear of being seen. It makes me so uncomfortable. Like when you asked to take photos, and I was like, no, please don't.
Yeah. That's very.
I feel it in a lot of sense, like the most obvious one's what we have.
Yeah.
Like social media wise, because I don't really have social media. It makes me really nervous having a digital footprint. And it's always in the back of my mind, like, oh, what if my friends or family see this?
Mm-hmm. Oh, I thought they were like here.
They are here.
In spirit.
Then we were briefly mentioning, like, we really didn't tell anyone about our I feel like Allison, like, straight up was like from the beginning.
Yeah.
Literally, we filmed our first podcast, walked into an ice cream store. Allison's like, yeah, we have a podcast. To the people who were working
we had
there.
filmed one episode.
And we didn't even edit it, we didn't even post it. And then Kaira and I feel like we literally kept on a download until pretty recent. I told my really close friends, and then I told one other friend probably about a week or two ago. But yeah, and then we're also saying how when people ask us, like, oh, what do you do on your free time? Because this does, like, it's kind of like a hobby in our way. Like, after work, on our weekends, we film, we edit, we make shorts, and we, like, flesh out ideas. We have meetings, we plan ahead. So it really is.
We're constantly working on
this
thing.
So when people ask us, like, oh, what do you do on your free time? And then I don't want to say we have a podcast, so I just, like, make something up, you know? But
I find myself not even, like, saying, like, if someone asks me that, that's not the first thing I think about, but it's not because it's not important to me. It's just because it's, like, I don't know, it's like a routine. It's, like, so constant, I feel like, in my life now, that it's not, like, obviously we do fun things, but it's not, like,
this is my life.
It's not like what I think, like, oh, what do I do for fun? I'm thinking about, like, going to get matcha or something. But this is just, like, this is something that it's, like, part of my routine, but it also happens to be really fun.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
What do you, like, do you have this fear of being seen? Because you were quicker to just, like...
Yeah, I mean, I feel like I was more, like, from the jump, I feel like I was more on social media than you guys were. And I feel like I also just, like, I feel like part of the, like, marketing of it is, like, to get, like, my people around me and my immediate circle to, like, be a part of it and, like, support it. And if I'm being so honest, like, I feel like I told a lot of people, and, like, not a lot of people are, like, regular listeners.
I was gonna say, even if I tell people, they don't really keep track. Like, it really is such a blimp in their mind.
That's how I thought it was gonna be on, like, my other YouTube channel when I told my parents and, like, my whole family. They watched every single, and it, like, took away all the, like, it took away, like, the freedom on that channel, because I'm like, oh my god,
you know someone's watching.
Like, that's why I kind of like not sharing it as much, because I kind of have to think as deeply about anything I say, because my mom won't. Oh my god, she just psychoanalyze everything.
And then when I think about it, because I feel like we all have different strategies of what we want to post and how we go about it. Like, sometimes it's more, like, trendy. Sometimes, like, for me, it's, like, try to add some value to the viewers. And so when people, like, favorite it or they say it helped them, not that we have, like, a ton, but, like, the one or two comments we get. And then, like, wow, sounds so cheesy. I also watch other creators say that, like, oh, it's just to help that one person. But then when I see that comment, it really makes it a lot more worth it. Okay, this is why I'm doing this. Obviously, just it's fun for us, but it helps me cope with the fear of being seen. Because I'm like, I know someone out there feels better from this, or just has a good laugh or something. Yeah,
I feel like adversely, does that mean, like, the opposite? Okay. Adversely, I feel like I kind of have like the fear of not being enough with this podcast. And like I did share it with my family and my friends, but like if they don't watch it, it's like, oh, they don't think I'm like good enough.
It's not at the value or the level that they think it's worthy to watch.
So I mean, it's not like something that I think about like every day, because I see like what we're doing on like TikTok and YouTube, and I'm like, okay, people actually are liking it, but also the most important thing is that the three of us are finding a lot of value in it. But yeah, how do you guys feel like
not feeling enough?
Yeah, with like, I guess like, do you feel like there's any areas of your lives where people in your life don't support things that you're doing, and that makes you feel like you're not enough?
Yes. I feel a lot more comfortable now, and I feel like whether it's like friends or family, it does every now and then get into my head, but it felt a lot with my career choice, because no one really knew what I do for work, and a lot of people heard it, or they said like, you could have been so much more, but you chose to do this career. But then it makes me happy, so and then it did affect like, oh, is my worth tied to this? Like I could have made so much, like hypothetically maybe got a job that made more money or things like that, but and that kind of does tie to my self-perception of my worth. But I feel a lot more comfortable with it now, but before I got the job I didn't know what I was doing and where it was going to lead to. It definitely affected me a lot more. But I think in terms of this podcast also, it makes me excited, but also I understand that we do have a lot to work on also. So I understand when people we get that feedback of like, oh, maybe like the audio's not the best, or like our setup is kind of interesting. Like I get it.
Did someone say that?
Oh, we
did. I think yeah. Well, I did have one person like, you guys' setups are so random, or like and then I get, and then we also briefly, we briefly talked about, oh, like we want to invest in like a mic or something. So I understand, even with our production value, where we're not enough, you know. So
yeah.
But then I also feel proud of us, because how I see it is any creative project, my experience is like, you have a vision in your head, but when you actually start creating, so say you want to create at 100%, what you actually produce is actually just 10% of that vision you have. And then slowly you'll build up to the 100% and really master your craft. But the hardest part is that 10%, because most people don't take that jump and are afraid to make bad art in the beginning. Not that ours is bad, but it's, you know, we're trying to, with Miley Sheath thicker, master our craft.
You have mad thick Miley Sheath.
I have 2 comments.
Yes.
One, oh shit, I just lost it. Oh, one is based on like what you were saying, like just putting it out there. Like I saw this TikTok and she was like, just first create it and then make it good.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And the hardest part is starting.
Yeah.
And that's why, but it also makes me excited that we're not enough, because that means we're always, that's the joy of like what I like for work, what I like for here. It's there's always something you can learn and grow. And if it's something so stagnant and every day's the same, then I think I would get really bored.
I have another comment. Like I don't feel like we're not enough. I feel like this podcast is fucking great. Like even if we did no edits, we could just, if we just uploaded it just this video, I think it's awesome. I think it's just like about finding the people who resonate with it.
Yeah.
Because like there's people who are all different. Like there's all different types of music. There's all different types of TV shows. When you're looking for a show, you're like, oh, this sucks before you find something you like.
Yeah.
So like there's always gonna be people who think, oh, that sucks. But then it's just about finding the people who like it.
Yeah. Because I think we're also mentioning that too. Like even though our audience is smaller, but the people who comment and people who interact, like they are so aligned and like totally on the same page as us.
Yeah. So yeah, and that's why I think about like Sexy Red, or like I was like, you don't even need to have like talent. Like she is talented, but not vocally, but she's talented like lyrics and like other way. Obviously, that's why she's successful. But like, she's not a great vocalist by any means. But like, she's consistent and she like shares it. Yeah, and she shares it with others, and so the people who like it can find it. But there's also people who fucking hate Sexy Red with a passion. But just because a large group of people don't like her isn't going to stop her from being successful.
What is your perspective then? Because you kind of touched on it a bit.
I mean, I feel like it's like, in different areas of my life, I experience either the fear of being perceived or the fear of being seen or the fear of not being enough. Like, when I was in high school, I used to be addicted to Starbucks. I don't know. I haven't gone in 2 years because I've been boycotting, but
I wouldn't picture you as actually, yeah, I see it.
I feel okay. Well, my psychiatrist says that I have OCD tendencies, and I see it because I get very obsessive over things like foods or especially drinks. Like, it's like very easily to the point where like, why am I drinking boba every day? I didn't this week, but you know, we're getting But yeah, so like I used to go to the Starbucks by my high school like all the time, to the point of where I'd walk in and they would be like, "Hey, Allison, you want an iced peach green tea?" And I would be like, "This is crazy." Like, some people would be like, "Oh, that's so nice. They remember you. They remember your drink." But for me, it was like, this is so embarrassing. They see me every day. They know what I'm gonna get. I can never come here again. And it's just like, it's like I don't want them to recognize me. I
feel that. Sometimes you just want to be in the cut, like, to my tea, like.
I just want to get back into it.
I'm like, I don't want them to know like, it's so embarrassing to me. So it's like small things like that. And I feel like I still experience that to this day, where if it's like I walk in someplace and they recognize me, I'm like, oh gosh.
Yeah.
Or like one time I went to the pharmacy to get my like anti-sad meds, and the pharmacist is like, "It's good to see you again."
Oh my god. Stop.
And I'm like, girl,
That's so funny.
Stop. Oh my god.
Still here. Still need it. Okay, I'll see you next time.
They're like, the pharmacist has to sign off on this. You have a dose increase. And I'm like, yeah.
Yeah. How do you guys feel? I feel like something I've been getting better at, but maybe a few months ago, I had a tendency to make myself small so that I don't overshine other people.
Yes.
And I would always downplay everything I did. If someone complimented me, I'm like, no. So I've been trying to take compliments better and just be like, thank you, versus being like, jump back, oh no, you are.
I resonate so
And then finally
heavily.
I was like, I need to stop shrinking myself.
I was just at the gym dancing the other week, and like I was doing my little dance, whatever, and then at first like no one was in there, and then like some couples came in, and like I'm like, oh, I should like chill because I don't want to steal her man, like not actually
steal her man.
But like, I have no intention or desire at all. But I'm just like, oh, there's a woman in it with her man. Like, I should calm down. Like, you know, because that might entice the man. But then I'm like, fuck them. I'm gonna do my dance. Watch me do my dance. I was doing that.
Oh, you're like, I feel like a millennial. No,
No, Kaira saying she's a millennial.
No, girly pop. Oh yeah, cut to her, and then like put it in slow motion. I feel like I'm a millennial.
Just like, I feel like a millennial on Instagram.
I'm a whipped and dab.
Anyways, I was like, you know what? No, fuck that shit. That's that couple's problem, and they should be secure and love themselves and love each other. That's not my job. You tell me in a check.
Yeah. I don't know. Okay.
Okay. I thought you would stop. You kept going. And then you can see my eyes like the following.
Wait, I don't know how this relates to the conversation, but my sister told me that when she was in college, she was living with like 9 other girls in this house or whatever, and this girl said like, oh, I don't want to bring my boyfriend around you because I'm like afraid that he's gonna like you.
Yeah.
Whoa. That's also kind of I guess that's a kind of a compliment, but also
yeah, but it's also just like, I don't know, I feel like she probably said it to like make my sister feel bad, but it's like her insecurity about her relationship with her boyfriend.
Maybe she knows her boyfriend well, and maybe he would have. Like, maybe that's just the truth. And she's just not a dumb bitch.
If there's any doubt, that's not your man's.
Because, a dumb bitch would just bring him around. End up manless.
Oh my gosh. I was just telling you guys about the Filipino mentality videos there was one that was, the question was like to this girl.
I don't think I still am following what this trend is about.
I'll send you the video.
Okay.
So the guy asked the girl, it's like a street interview with the microphone. He asked the girl, what's something that you have prayed to God for recently? And she's like, I prayed for God to take away all of the bad things in my life. And then she's like, he took away my man.
Nah, he took away your man.
What was this podcast about?
The fear of being seen. But I do feel the fear of being like overshining or being too much, where even to the point where like sometimes on a job, like I'll be like, oh, I want to wear something, and then I'll be like, oh, I'll just wear these shoes instead because like it's being too much, or but also like I shouldn't give a fuck.
Yeah.
Like if you want to dress like a sad bitch, then that's your problem.
I'm sad.
But also there's nothing wrong, like if that's your style, that's your style.
What about with romantic relationships? Do you guys ever feel like, or even not like romantic relationships, like interactions with men, do you ever feel the fear of being perceived or the fear of being not enough? Because I feel like it's been ingrained in me that like if a man catcalls me, it's my fault.
Oh.
Based on like what I'm wearing.
Oh, wow.
So now then it's like I walk out, go to the store, and I'm like, I feel like I have to be very cautious of what I wear because
I get that.
if he's like trying to hit on me and he's like, first of all, old enough to be my dad, and I get like scared for my safety because I'm by myself and this random man is like catcalling me, I'm like, oh my god, it's like my fault because of what I'm wearing, when it's like really
on them.
not.
I used to have that mindset.
Yeah.
Because especially when I lived in the city, and then I would always try to cover up. And then I told my friend that's like, I don't want to wear this skirt or something because maybe someone will approach me or like get called. And she's like, that's not on you. That's about them. And she literally had to sit me down and had to like rewire my brain because it was so, I just didn't get it. Like it literally was like the same thing. I was like, it's me. Like I have to change for the comfort of others.
Yeah.
But then she was like, no, that's on them.
That's deep.
Yeah.
Changing for the comfort of others.
I know.
Like, and versus like just allowing yourself to be who you are. I'm really in my like radical authenticity era where I'm just like, being me will just repel everyone.
Exactly.
Who's not supposed to be in my life. It's just the fastest way to like remove
Definitely.
you know? I'm just like, if I get weirder.
Yeah, seriously.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. But yeah, that, I totally get where you're coming from.
Yeah.
That too.
What
But do you feel
about,
like you rewired that?
I try to, but it is like in the back of my mind. Like if I'm out and I'm like wearing what I want to wear.
I feel like that's always something as a girl. It's always going to be a little for safety.
Yeah.
Sorry, what were you saying next?
I was going to say, like, what about the fear of not being enough in life? Or like relationships, romantic relationships.
In a male perspective, not being enough. Yeah. I mean, I feel like that's just such a human, raw experience. If things don't work out and you had this whole vision of what it could have been, I feel like you always will go, not always, but generally you go through a phase of like, is it me? Is something, am I doing? Am I not enough? Am I not bringing enough to the table? But at the same time, I jump back and forth. And then I'm like, Kaira, I'm like, this is me.
At
like,
this
I can't,
point in my life,
you gotta accept me as I am.
Like, it fuels me with rage. So it's not even, I don't even feel like for so long, it was just like, oh, no, me. But like, after just getting done dirty so many times, I'm just like, fuck everyone. Like, fuck you. So.
And I feel like something about this podcast too, it just documents where we are in life. Like, because I was telling you guys, like, I haven't really been talking to anyone or looking at anyone or anything like that. So obviously I'm like in a very peaceful state of mind, but I won't know if I'm in that situation again, like what will happen. But I also have to trust that, you know, I've learned and grew and can step away if I don't feel something matches.
Yeah.
Sorry. Go ahead.
One thing.
We need something to talk about.
One thing that my old therapist, not Brandy, but shout out Alejandra.
Oh, sorry.
One thing she told me that is like probably the biggest thing I got from my time with her, and I was working with her for like 2 years. She said, "It's not a reflection of me; it's a reflection of him." And I use that like in everything. Like it's in every time someone treats me a way that I feel is unacceptable, it's not a reflection of me, it's a reflection of them. And it's been so helpful for me to like frame my life that way, because it's like, yeah, like he didn't want to commit to me. It's not me, it's him.
Right.
It doesn't mean that I'm not worthy. It doesn't mean that I'm not capable of being a good partner. It's something he has to.
Right. Things like the timing or like something else in his life is going on.
Yeah.
What were you about to say? I mean,
oh, that's an interesting. That's like a. I have to think about that.
I feel like yes, it's a reflection of them, and then once you get into that perspective, like, am I willing to tolerate it? And that's when you know I'm gonna step away or settle for this.
That's like another
or compromise or something.
That's like my brain's kind of like rewiring right now, because I'm like, wait, let the synapse occur.
It's like,
because I guess I always think of it like I'm like the opposite, where I'm like everything is a reflection of me.
oh, interesting.
Yeah, so if I'm like,
So if something doesn't work out,
but that's also empowering too. That's not. I guess whatever helps you cope.
Yeah, I mean, in like positive, it's like if somebody's like doing something great, it's like, yeah, that's a reflection of me. That's my influence, my power.
Yeah.
But it's like if it's like someone is like treating you like dirt, that's not,
definitely never a reflection of your worth.
Right.
I feel like for me, like when I think about like past even friendships or relationships and things like that, like it almost was reflecting back to me how I felt about myself.
Yeah, because that's like, I think it goes back to like what you're willing to tolerate and what you're willing to accept.
Yeah.
What behaviors are you willing to accept?
Like, see, now when the Nigerian man texted you, it's like, fuck out my face.
I did for a few hours. Like I was.
I know that's real. That's real. No, that's real. It's real.
Yeah.
It'd be like that.
No, because
And then there's like a sense of validation. Like
exactly. You're like,
still want me?
Yeah.
Yeah, but I had to like talk to a bunch of people. Like I had to text my sister and some friends, and they're like, yeah, like he like has made you cry so many times, and he's done all of these things. Like he doesn't deserve you, even if it's just a phone call. And I was like, you're right.
Yeah.
And it's so interesting. Things we thought we wanted, like maybe you a few months ago would have been head over heels for a text like that.
Yeah.
Just see how much you've grown and how much you kind of decentered him and stepped back and moved on, essentially.
Yeah.
The future, you now are like, I don't tolerate
it could show like
this.
an increase in your own self-worth too. Like, I think like that, it could be like a positive. Like you made progress.
Yeah.
It's like there's a version of you that would have been like on that quick.
Yeah. But I can relate to you with like the kind of like centering yourself in other people's actions, and it's like that is like because of me, and that's really, really hard, because it's like they like said this to me and it was super hurtful, so like obviously there's something wrong with me. But I don't know, sometimes like we were talking about like giving people the benefit of the doubt, sometimes that wasn't their intention, and that perception of what they said or did is actually a reflection of how you feel about yourself, and you're projecting it onto them.
I get that
true.
too.
That's
very
a
valid
good point.
also.
Yeah, I think I do that to like give people the benefit of the doubt, but I think I'm getting out of that phase too. Like for a long time I used to be like a racism apologist. Like now that I think because I was like I was trying to cope and survive in a way. Like if I'm surrounded by like racism, like that's like one way for your brain to feel safe.
I feel like it's because of the environment that you were.
Yeah. So I'm like, okay, KKK is rallying. Well, I mean, maybe they're there's like comes a point where like in your brain you have to make yourself feel safe.
Yeah.
So it's like, well, maybe it's just this, and so like facing the truth.
Yeah.
Or even like there's multiple truths too. So multiple things can be true at one time.
So there's a little bug on you.
No, like actual like physical reaction. Just.
So what do you guys like? Do you guys feel like this podcast has helped you with your fear of being seen?
Yeah, it definitely has. I feel like I'm still not there yet. I remember in the beginning, I loved how small we were because it was so low stakes. Like, I remember the first episode we filmed.
That way, us with 38 subscribers.
Yeah! I said it slowly because, like, we also are still kind of small. We also still have 50 followers on TikTok, too.
But we actually have, like, 73 now, so.
Yeah. But in the beginning, because it was so hard to even get up to 10. I remember it took forever to even get 10 subscribers. And then after that, I felt like we got a lot more traction. 28 more. Who's Connie?
We are.
Yeah.
We're checking the analytics.
Seriously.
11 followers on Spotify.
Oh, I know. Spotify is hard. Spotify is super hard. For any other creators out there, it's hard. But yeah, I think it has helped. Yeah, I remember filming the first like 2 or so, and I just did not care. Like, it felt so genuine to who I was. And then once I got into my head when we filmed the next time that people may be seeing it, I felt so awkward, especially in the beginning. I couldn't help think, like, what if my friend saw this? If they're sitting across from me, like, how would I act? And it felt more like performance versus.
That's crazy because I did not perceive that from you.
Really? I feel like every episode, I'd be, like, in the beginning, I'd be really quiet because I'd like get into it, and then after that, like.
I do not like see because you're always the one to be like, welcome back. Like you're always like leading it and everything. I didn't clock that at all.
Oh wow. Fake it till you make it. I'm joking. But now I really enjoy. I mean, we just started season 2, but something about it, just being like, I'm just gonna be here, and I'm just gonna be myself.
We're older and wiser. I mean, I guess we are because every day we get older.
Our frontal lobe. The synapses.
4 months.
Yeah.
February.
Yeah.
I feel like we got our bearings a little bit more. In the beginning, I was like, how do I use this?
Yeah.
How do I post this?
Getting a little less geriatric.
As you say. Geriatric.
And our dynamics becoming, like, more defined.
Yeah.
Me and Kaira were talking about on the drive. We were like, just talking about how we were like when we first met versus now, and how we were kind of both like a little bit like playing it safe and like a little bit awkward, and now we're just like, you know, vibing.
Yeah. We need to go. Yeah, I think we briefly mentioned it. Our origin story. Alice and I, we probably hung out 3 times, and our friendship really exponentiated from there.
I know.
Same with Kaira too. Like, we definitely got so much closer.
Yeah. But I feel like we had a slow burn.
We definitely had it. Yeah, because I remember when you saw my contact with your name.
Yeah.
It was like so cordial.
Yeah.
Isn't my name still Allison LB in your phone?
Yeah. I have multiple Alices.
Oh, that's funny. My friend actually texted me happy birthday the other day, and I was like, oh.
I would just go along with it.
I was like, I hate to break it to you.
I've been on the flip side. I sent my friends happy birthday messages on their birthday.
I mean, okay, it's one thing to do it like a couple days off, but
I did
like,
it once.
baby girl, it's not even that time of year.
Yeah.
Like,
I was like, did you send this to the wrong Allison?
I would just play with it, like, yeah, I'll celebrate next weekend. But yeah, I feel like it definitely has. I feel like it. Oh, that's something that helped me with not seeking external validation. I was like, I don't care how the numbers do. I don't care like if people engage.
Yeah.
I'm literally just doing it because I enjoy it.
That's
it's
how
fun.
I am on Instagram too.
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck if I have 0 likes. I don't care. Like, if there's something like, oh, okay, cool, like it.
Yeah.
Don't give a fuck.
So it helped in that sense a lot, and that was part of my challenge to myself. Like, what if I just decentered everything and not care too much?
And I feel like that's when like motion starts to happen. Like, that's when things come, when you just like put out what you enjoy, what you love, what you like, and you kind of let go of like the need.
It makes it so much more enjoyable to create too.
And when you're constantly like, which I do this, like I'm working on not doing this, like obsessing over the numbers.
Yeah, it's hard not to.
I keep doing it on my therapy. I need to chill the fuck out.
Like, what I do when I post a TikTok is I post it, I switch the tab to my personal account, and I don't go on there for a few hours.
That's what I do
for us.
Yeah, for Messy with Thriving.
But I would never post on the Messy with Thriving TikTok. After that shit, no.
It's a balance. It's like, yeah, you don't care, but obviously you're human, and it's hard not to keep track of those.
You gotta get
things.
out of there.
But at the same time, it's like a balance.
It's like a bomb.
I feel like I go back and forth.
Set up a
like,
bomb and run.
I want to do this.
Sorry.
The talking over.
We didn't care either. We kept going.
And I also didn't know what to look at. We weren't even talking about the same thing. I'm like, it's like a bomb.
Looking at each other too.
It's like a bomb.
I don't even know what you guys. It's like when you're on Zoom and there's like a delay.
Wait, my favorite thing about Zoom is like when someone forgot to mute themselves.
Oh, and they still, that's been me. That's been like at my old job, like, it was like not like a serious meeting, and somebody randomly said like something about a furry.
Oh shit.
And then I forgot that my mic was on, and I died.
If I heard Alice's laugh on a Zoom call, I would be deceased. Alice's laugh is the best.
Someone told me, it might have been my sister's boyfriend, that he was in class in college, and his professor are you okay? His professor's pants fell in the middle of class.
How does that happen?
And nobody said anything. He was just like, oh, and he picked it up.
Oh my god. How do you recover?
I don't think he did.
Do you laugh at yourself? Like, I don't know what I do in those moments.
I
would do the same thing. I'd be like,
I laugh like the
Yeah,
other day
I
when
had
I
to.
vomited after getting my hair done.
Worth it.
She was like, why are you laughing?
Wait, but she's a real one though. Like,
She held my hair and everything. Literally, I was like, and then I start laughing. She's like, are you okay?
that's why.
Allison's text about that was insane.
Not the lore drop. New lore dropped today. Damn. But as far as the fear of being seen, for right now, I feel like my fear of being seen is like going down. Like I'm on a good path.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like when I started posting on Instagram again, it like broke something. Cause like
Or push through that fear.
yeah, cause I haven't posted on Instagram in like 5 years.
I don't know why we always do this in every episode. Like it's a theme that I did not expect to continue forever for our episodes.
But I didn't post for like 5 years because of
The fear?
I cared. So I was like, oh my god, no one's liking my photos when I post, and like and everyone's like, you know.
Yeah.
And I don't give a fuck. So,
Yeah.
Growth. Fear of not being enough, though. Where do you guys feel like that fear is going down, or like, or not? Is that a fear? Yeah.
I say right now, yes. Like
Okay.
I've been really intentional with building a lot of self-love and spending a lot of intentional alone time, and it's gotten to the point where I love my life so much. I love not that it's perfect, I think I mentioned before, but generally I love the stability and the peace I've been able to cultivate, and even if I stray away from that, I know what strategies I can do to get back to it. And it's getting to the point where I feel like my tolerance for if anyone were to mess that up, it's so not worth it to me. Whereas before, kind of like the benefit of doubt, I would be more tolerant towards it. Where I'd be like, okay, well, maybe they'll change. Maybe if they did this, I'll be okay with it and accepting more bare minimum effort. But now I'm like, no, it's not worth it. And I think that's where my feeling of I feel enough is, because like going back to my accent, like I have to validate myself. Anytime I get that self-doubt, same with the friendship thing, I was like, I'm my own best friend. Like I can't depend on someone else to fill that void in me. And in terms of relationships, romantic, platonic, work-wise, like you got to validate yourself.
I just had a thought. This reminded me. Just on the not enough thing. I saw this TikTok, and it was like this group of girls, and they were all like married, and like they all were like screaming and putting their like hands in the circle. And then it was like, get you a group of girls that are like on your level. And I was like,
all of us sing along.
it made me feel like, it actually kind of made me spiral a little bit, because I was like, why does a man, like, choosing or picking you, why does that make you feel like, I mean, it's a good thing. It's a good thing to celebrate. Like, love is beautiful, but like, that's not like, that doesn't make you more valuable. Like, a man signing off on you, this one's okay. Like,
quite literally a piece of paper.
This one's good.
Yeah, but it's so ingrained in our civilization and our culture.
Yeah,
that's a girl's goal.
Yeah.
Prize and worth is if someone chooses her.
That's why I always say, well, that was such a subconscious thing I just did.
I
just put it on my ring finger. That's why I always say, like, or I always want to, like, let everyone know, like, I'm content, I'm fulfilled, I'm happy. So if you see me pop out with someone, they didn't make my life better. I mean, they added to it, but like, a man is never going to be the reason I'm, like, thriving. They can be a part of my thriving, but like, why would I give no?
Yeah, I have to remind myself that when I crave it in a way, I want it, I have to remind myself, like, even if you have someone, they're not going to answer,
like, my worst fear,
anything.
Sorry. My worst fear is someone being like, oh, she's good. Now she's successful. Now she's happy. Now that a man's no. You know what I mean? Like, that takes away, like, my feminine power, like, in a way. Like, I find that,
I was going to say sometimes, like, everything you're going through, all the negativity or whatever, like, a man's not going to solve that.
Yeah.
They're not going to put it, like, this is a Band-Aid, you know? Like, they're not going to actually heal you. You have to do that yourself.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. There we go.
but like, for a moment I did feel like, oh, I'm not enough. Like, because I was, like, subconsciously, like, being married. And then going through the comments were like, yeah, you gotta drop your single friends after you get married. No way. You hear that a lot.
I hear from it's more so, I don't know about marriage. I know definitely kids. Like, when someone has a family, like, their time is a lot thinner. So that I understand if they don't have enough time to hang out with me, because they're raising a little human being. Yeah. But marriage, I'm like, we can all hang out. Yeah. That's we're planning for the wedding.
That's what I thought. Then I got on marriage TikTok and I was like, oh, that's how y'all see us?
Yeah.
That's kind of mean.
How do you feel, Allison?
We have to cut this part out. It's like, I guess we can continue.
Okay, from here on out?
Yeah.
Good. Like,
I feel like
the editing me would yeah. I'm like, good, thank you. But we need to talk about that more.
Yeah. The fear of being not enough and, like, how it applies to marriage. I feel like I don't know. I feel like I've thought recently, like, maybe I won't get married. But I don't know if that thought is fueled by, like we were talking about, like, projection of how I perceive myself and, like, not feeling like I'm enough. Not that, like, I won't be enough for someone else, but that I just won't see myself in the highest regard, and then I won't get married. But I do think that I definitely want to, but it's less about the formalities of being married and more about, like, having a companion.
The commitment.
I feel that.
Yeah.
You've said that before. Like, I remember when we first met, you said that.
I did?
Yeah, you said you just want a companionship.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel that's so real and so valid.
Yeah.
Because we're not meant to live life siloed.
Yeah.
I mean, you're not really have to be married, but in general, just to have people to rely on, people you can open up to.
Yeah. I feel like I would like to be married, but I just don't want that to be, like, the pinnacle or, like,
like a pedestal.
Yeah, I don't want it to be like, this man chose me. Like,
no, yeah.
I want it just to be like,
me and
I
Bach.
chose.
Sorry. We're made for each other, me and Bach.
I want it to be like, I chose him we chose each other.
Yeah.
And then also, like, this does not increase my value. I've already been valuable.
Yeah.
This, like, you know?
Yeah.
It's not like Prince Charming vibes, and I was, like, this wretched Cinderella.
Yeah, and I was so unhappy before he came, and everything was going. No, I was thriving now, and I'm thriving then.
They just add to it. I think that's why I like your perspective. We're thinking of more like companionship. I think for me, I like the security or the commitment part of it. Like this person committed to me. But I know some people, they don't need a piece of paper to know that. But
yeah, I feel like I've always wanted to have, and I feel like this is why I probably currently hold, or I'm trying to move away from this, but like the idea of having someone who's like your best friend in the whole world.
Oh yeah.
My sister actually told me that she like, when she was like in high school and like in college, she just like always felt like she had to have someone who was like her best friend. And it ended up being really problematic because like I guess like having expectations and like such high expectations for people a lot of times just they just let you down. And she said that she's been like, I feel like if you ask her today like who's your best friend, she won't really like say that she has one. It's more so like she is like her own.
That's more realistic, I feel like. That's kind of what we were saying, like you have to be your own best friend. Genuinely.
I know.
I feel that with my soul. You have to.
Yeah, I agree. I notice a lot, like, with couples, like, usually the women, like, they lose a lot of their friends when they get into relationships, and then the man becomes their, like, world and their best friend. But the guy doesn't give up his friends. And his life and things like that. I just find that interesting.
Yeah. Same thing. It's like program, like, you follow me.
Yeah.
I'm in charge now. You can give up your life to follow me. Also with best friends, I think that's also very societal. I'm just thinking back to like Justice Days, like giving the necklace of like BFF. Like it's literally ingrained in so much of our society. Like you need a best friend.
That's so true.
But then once you get older, like you said, putting that pressure on someone to be there for you 24/7 whenever you need it to fill all your needs, friendship, romantic, that's not realistic. Even if you have a husband or a partner, they're not that person for you. You still have to rely on your friends. You still have to rely on your family. And I feel like it's a more mature perspective is each friend, each person in your life serves a different purpose, so you can rely on them for different things versus trying to put all your eggs in one basket. Like you have to deal with all my trauma dump. You know, it can be selective of who you give that to.
Yeah, and I probably have been like bad about that in the past, but we're growing.
With relationships,
like trauma dumping on friends, but yeah, I don't know though. Maybe I was just asking for support during hard times. While going through crisis.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, like, if it's something like that, then let's cry for help. Like, please listen to me.
But
dang, that got deep.
Yeah,
not enough in terms of relationships, marriage. That's intense.
Yeah,
watch us look back on this 10 years from now. We're all like, hey, with all the girls on the TikTok.
Wait, we regret this. Leveled up.
Yeah.
But I just never want to lose this mindset, though. We're like,
you should always have your individuality.
I'm valuable now.
Yeah, I feel like that's my sister. Like, she was in like a long-term relationship, and I would call her on her birthday. I'm like, what are you doing? She's like, I took myself out to eat lobster. I'm just having dinner by myself.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I love that.
Yeah. No, I love that.
And I really say, like, I know you guys, but I really don't see any of you losing
I love when
yourself.
She talks to us like we're like a group of people.
I'm preaching right now. But genuinely,
same.
like, so much confidence in both of you that you will not lose yourself. Like, I do not see any of you guys losing yourself.
No one's safe.
No, here's another thing, though. I also tell my friends, is like, feel free. It's gonna be hard, but feel free to call me out. Like, honestly, if I ever get to that point and it's, say something, like, it's
not gonna happen. Let's not even manifest that.
Yeah.
Okay, what are we manifesting? Let's end on a good note. That was out of tune.
I don't know. I feel like we are on the right track.
I do too.
I feel like we're literally on a good spot.
I do too.
I manifest Vegas.
Yes.
Rainforest Tree Cafe in Vegas.
I don't think there's a tree in the name, is it?
Oh yeah, Rainforest Cafe. Rainforest Tree Cafe.
You've been saying that for the past 2 months. It is.
Oh, is it? It's Rainforest Cafe.
Now we're trying to clock her. And I'm wrong.
It's always the people closest to you are your biggest ops, huh? I'm just joking.
Low-key.
I'm manifesting even more self-love, even more contentment, more solo trips.
I'm manifesting, like, to maintain my centeredness. Yeah. And when I do get in a relationship, I want it to be one that's, like, not all consuming.
Yeah, just so much peace, still have your own life, and just... It's good.
I manifest financial abundance.
Ooh!
And
me too!
I manifest a possible living situation. Yeah,
I'm
maybe.
also thinking of changing my living situation.
Oh, weren't you trying to?
I'm trying to buy a condo.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, are you?
Yeah.
No. It's cool.
Well, give me some time to cook.
You never know.
You never know.
It could happen like that.
Yeah.
This is me accepting it.
Yeah.
Edits a photo of a house.
Yeah.
I am manifesting my condo.
Condo, financial abundance, peace, love,
Happiness.
Joy. Ease. Relaxation. Resting more and getting more.
Honestly, I manifest a 6'4" man with curly hair and glasses.
She's like, you know what? Let's get real specific. I'm manifesting clarity in my current.
You manifested that
romantic.
last time we manifested.
And I did get my clarity, and I need some more. So I would like some clarity on what my next steps are.
I love this, you guys. Like, we're gonna look back on this and
Yeah.
we'll see where everything goes.
You're gonna be like, oh, I have clarity.
Yes.
I'm gonna be like, oh, I have financial abundance.
She gets contacts.
I'm manifesting like some new streams of income.
Ooh, multiple streams of income, more passive income.
Yeah.
But also
Self-employment. I don't want to file W-2. Give me a 1099. Sorry.
What was I gonna say? Oh, so everyone comment down what you're manifesting below. If you have the fear of being seen, how you're coping with that, how you're overcoming that, or if you're still going through it.
How you coping?
And how are you going to rewire your brain to think that you are enough?
Alrighty.
Okay. Bye, guys. Thank you for listening to our episode.
And these are my new shoes.
Bonsoir. Si vous voulez. Je m'appelle Alison. Merci.
Mi nombre es Kaira. ¿Y su nombre?
Shauna.
Su nombre.
Su nombre? What's that?
Your name?
Your name.
Okay, that's what I thought.
¿Cuál es su nombre?
Je m'appelle Shana.
Durango language.
French.
Parmigiano.
Why did we exit? Why did we?
Arigato gozaimasu.
Oh, another thing.
I do everything. I spoke every language except my own.
Right, like you're
not Vietnamese.
literally bilingual. Another thing is not forcing shit.
Goes back to manifesting.
I'm not forcing shit. Like that, and that's how I get my clarity, because like whatever's meant is gonna flow with so much ease. Like not that I don't have to put in effort. I'll still put in effort, but like
I totally
it'll
agree.
make sense.
Yeah,
And
if something's meant for you, it will.
It's like riding a bike, effort, but it's like on a.
Me trying to spin it.
Thank
be
you
philosophical.
for watching.
Wait, but I really want to get my analogy out. Okay, so it's like it's like riding a bike on a smooth ground versus like
a bumpy.
Yeah, it's like you're still
road.
putting effort, but like this road is smoother, so I'm gonna take this road. I'm not gonna take that fucked up road.
Yeah, we want smooth roads.
This road makes sense.
Yeah,
Like,
we want smooth roads.
You know?
Yeah, I like that analogy. It actually makes a lot of sense to me.
Thank you for watching.
Thank you for party rocking.
What was